I did the job search on my own at first. I was hitting apply on a bunch of job boards and just getting the immediate rejection email.
Can you tell me more about like how many interviews we got you into and like what that all looked like?
So I stood out so much that they were willing to, give me more than 2 weeks to move. So that just
Yeah.
shows how TSM kind of prepares you to really stand out in these.
I'm Samir. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Tech Sales Mentors, and today I have with me Marcelo, who recently just got a job in 37 days at a really cool tech company, and he's here to like tell his story. So, could you tell me a little bit more about what your background is, like what life is like for you, was for you before Tech Sales and Tech Sales Mentors?
Yeah, absolutely. So about a year ago, I was let go from a job that gave me a really important skill. And immediately I went into entrepreneurship with that skill.
Wow.
And I didn't really know how to prospect, how to reach out to people. I knew about cold calling because I'd done it in the past. So I was doing that, but I didn't really have a frame of reference or something to go by to guide me as to how to do it. And so I knew that if I wanted to prosper, like in my entrepreneurial side, I needed to learn from a company how to sell. I started looking into tech sales because tech sales are at the bleeding edge of how business gets done. And that's when I found TSM. And TSM has really been just such a value, just unlocked value for me in learning how business gets done, how to meet goals, um, how to prepare for an interview, how to get ready for certain conversations, how to tell your story succinctly in an interview. And it really has brought a lot of clarity into my professional journey and provided me an opportunity at an amazing company in order to grow and learn. And so that was my kind of my life before and what TSM has brought to it. So
Yeah.
yeah, really grateful for it.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
So so then you knew, okay, cool, tech sales is where I'm
Mhm.
gonna learn how to sell so
Yeah.
then I can successfully do that in my business one day.
Mhm.
Tell me about the process of discovering tech sales and then maybe, I don't know, did you do the job search at all on your own at first, or what did that look like?
Yeah, I did the job search on my own at first. I was hitting apply on a bunch of job boards and just getting the immediate rejection email that I was like, "Oh, this sucks!" Like I do so well at interviews. Just like give me a chance to interview, right? And I knew I wanted to get into tech sales just because of the companies that were hiring around me and like in the industry. I know that that's the companies that I wanted to learn from and grow at, and to just really build my career there. And that's when tech sales mentors actually came across on my TikTok feed. There was a mock cold call by someone. I think her name was Olivia.
Olivia. Yeah.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is her.
and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, and she did so good that I was like, I need to learn how to do that. And immediately just looked you guys up, reached out, signed up, and so um, yeah, that's kind of how I got
Cool.
involved with tech sales
And
and.
And in that process of like seeing Olivia's TikTok and then discovering more about us, like, was there any hesitations along the way of like, most people just do the job search themselves, like anything that came up along that process?
Yeah, so I've been burned by a mentorship in the past
Yeah.
that didn't provide the value that they and it wasn't necessarily to get a job, it was for something else for my business
Yeah.
specifically. But so I did have hesitations on going in, trusting other people with my life outcomes because,
Yeah.
it's ultimately me what I'm doing with my life. And so
Yeah.
I did have hesitations on it. Um However, I do have to say that what TSM is offering is more than just a way to get a job, but it's a way to explore what you're capable of and how it might better show up in your career if you understand what it is that you have to offer and how you are to present yourself to companies in order for them to see what you have to offer.
Yeah.
It's a clear value proposition that you're learning how to do. And that's going to teach you to bring value propositions into anything else that you do and learn how to sell those. And so TSM the difference in TSM with anything else was just like, okay, I see the value that you're bringing, and it's clear to me how it would benefit me, so I'm going to trust, and it worked out, and I'm glad I took the chance.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's, my one regret with this company is calling it Tech Sales Mentors because so many mentorships are just nonsense, but I'm not good at marketing, so that's that's the name we came up with.
Yeah,
Um, so whenever you sign up for something, you have expectations in your head of what it is, but you ultimately, like, you don't know, right? And so
right.
you came into TSM. Tell me more about what those, like, first few weeks looked like.
Yeah, well, from the get-go, TSM demands action from you. From the get-go, TSM demands that you put your foot on the gas and that you get things done, that you stop overthinking. And that really spoke to me. I tend to overthink things because I always want to make the right choice. But I think one thing that TSM showed me is like, okay, as soon as you sign up and as soon as you have your intro call, do these steps right now. Do them right now. I love that because it's like, okay, immediate action is gonna bring results, even if, like, you don't know what those results are, you just know they're gonna bring results.
Yeah.
And that has really, just encouraged me to know that, like, okay, I'm capable of, like, taking immediate action, trusting myself, trusting that the words I'm writing down are correct, trusting that the assignments that I'm given throughout Notion. I love how you guys have everything out in Notion, how everything is clear, concise, how there's videos explaining everything that you need to do. Um, and that all just kind of set the right type of structure that I felt I needed. It gave me guidance that I felt like I didn't have before, in order to confidently move forward with this and see the results before I even interviewed. Because once I had my questions, answers down, and I had kind of like my one on ones with my mentor, my mock interviews down, I was very ready for the interview. I had no hesitation going into it. And so it was just the perfect kind of guide and frame that I needed to really put my ideas on paper and project them on an interview.
Yeah. Yeah, and, you're not the only overthinker, like, I on this side am also I tend to do that as well, so,
Yeah.
even knowing that, it can still be hard, but when you have sort of, like, this person who's holding you accountable, it's like,
Mm,
"Here's the deadline for the thing," I think that's, like, a strong forcing function, especially when that person who's holding you accountable, like, you respect them and what they've accomplished,
yeah.
and your mentor, Brandon, has obviously not only in his own tech sales career, but the amount of people he's helped is awesome as well. And so, um, sounded like when you joined the program, the issue was getting into interviews. Can you tell me more about like how many interviews we got you into and like what that all looked like?
Wow. I think I interviewed with 5 different companies. Um, I did, with one company, I had a set of 5 interviews. With another company, I had a set of 4 interviews.
Yes.
So, I mean, overall, it was probably over 10, 12 interviews, that I
Yep.
did.
Yep.
Not counting different touch points where I had to talk to recruiters about a certain thing, like before offers were handed out. But all throughout that step, Brandon, my mentor, was ready to meet with me before any of those calls. He was ready, and that was just because the communication was so clear, and we had such a mutual understanding of what I wanted to get done and what needed to be done, that I had no hesitation going into any of those calls. And so, yeah, it was a lot of reps in and a lot of work. Interviewing is work. Interviewing is not a walk in the park. You're bringing the best of yourself in a short amount of time, hoping that people are going to see it and it's going to connect with them. But it's also a lot like doing the job, being a in tech sales. You have a small window to really
Yeah.
make an impression, and
Yeah.
nailing that down is an exciting prospect for me. So
Yeah.
this has helped to kind of get me excited for that as well.
Yeah, and I think you interviewed with those, you did that 10 to 12 interviews and like I think it was 37 days was your full time in the program, but maybe
Yeah.
30 days since like the start of outreach. So it's a lot. It's a lot for sure. And when it came to working with Brandon, were there specific challenges you had when it came to interviewing or things he helped like fix when it came to interviewing?
Yeah. So for me specifically, I'm having to move. from where I live. Sadly, I live in San Diego and I'm moving to Austin.
Yeah.
It's, it's a sacrifice that needed to be made.
Yeah.
And I understood that from the get go. Um, Talking about it with the recruiters and the SDR managers was a point of concern for them just because, they want to hire someone quick and moving
Yeah.
across the country doesn't happen quickly.
Yeah.
And so, being able to go over those conversations with Brandon and saying, "Hey, this is a recurring topic in my interviews. Like, how can I best go about speaking about this without, burning myself or burning my opportunity to get the job?"
Yeah.
And he really guided me through it. He just kind of gave me a frame of reference to speak on, and also was just encouraging, saying, "Hey, those are valid concerns on their part. Those are valid concerns on your part. Those just need to be voiced clearly." And so I think that was really one of the only challenges that I would say was the most prevalent to overcome was the relocating aspect of it, but once that was done and the company agreed to, give me 30 days to move and everything like that, then
Yeah.
everything was kind of smooth sailing afterwards. So I stood out so much that they were willing to, give me more than 2
Right.
weeks to move. So that just
Yeah.
shows how TSM kind of prepares you to really stand out in these
Yeah,
interviews.
that's great. And so talk more about that offer, like what it all looks like, what you're excited about with it, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So the offer is for a cybersecurity company based out of Austin, Texas.
Okay.
They are offering me a business development representative role. It is 50K base with an 30K variable, so it comes out to 80K on target earnings for the year, with the
Yeah.
ability to promote within the first year. It is at a high growth, industry leading company. So everyone's meeting, not everyone, but I think most people are meeting their quotas,
Yeah.
which really excites me. It
Yeah.
shows that I can really sell a good product to that's demanded in its specific market.
Yeah.
And the people are just great. Everyone that I've spoken with has shown me, kindness and compassion and understanding of where I'm coming from, and heard about my story and is excited to meet me, and I'm excited to meet them. And so
Yeah.
it has really been a great experience getting placed somewhere that I could see myself for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, going back to what you said about like going to Austin, it absolutely is a sacrifice. But I think it's one of those things, once you get there, you immerse yourself in the tech environment. There is a huge swath of tech sales professionals there. If you spend that time outside of work hours, like spending time with those people,
Hmm.
that's gonna have a big impact on your future opportunities and your career and your learning. And so,
Yeah.
I think it's worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And
No, I
so,
agree. Mhm.
yeah, and so let's say, someone, is watching this, they're considering TSM, like, is it worth it? Like, what would be your sort of, like, pitch to them on if they should do it or not?
Yeah, I think you should reach out to TSM if you're ready to make a decision that is going to change the course of your professional life. I think you should reach out to TSM if you are ready to take control over what you make, how your talents are used at a company. I think you should reach out to TSM if you're looking for guidance in a specific field, especially learning how to sell. That's what TSM brought me, is the confidence that I'm able to sell myself like in a way that a company sees the value, so much so that they're willing to wait for me to move there because they see me as an integral part of their sales team. And so I think you should join TSM if you're ready to make that step. I know that it's not going to be easy, that it's going to require time, it's going to require sacrifice, but everything that's good, that's worth doing, is going to require something of you, and TSM has shown me that I'm capable of doing it, and if I am, then so can you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, glad we were able to help along the journey, and
Yeah,
super excited for all the cool things you do. And so, if anyone wants to connect with Marcelo, I'll add his LinkedIn below. And then if
yeah,
anyone is interested in getting into tech sales in under 60 days, they can check us out below at techsalesmentors.com. Thanks, man.
yeah, thank you.